Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the cylinder guard cover for the 980 Kwikset deadbolt. This is a part number 82216 by US3. That's what this looks like. To the trained eye, or maybe not the trained eye, maybe just an eye that kind of knows the difference, this is definitely a lifetime finish. This is polished brass, except that it's a lifetime variant of polished brass, meaning that the outside finish is far more durable than your typical solid brass. Cylinder guard cover with a polish done over it and then a lacquer applied. Once the lacquer degrades, that polished brass finish is going to itself also start to turn, tarnish, pit, and just corrode with exposure to the elements. Kwikset has a lifetime version of that polished brass, which at the molecular level there is a binding that's done in the chemical structure of the material, which makes it substantially more robust for an exterior application, and they truly are. The downside is that it's a unique finish. It's neither polished brass over solid brass or plated brass over steel or any other anodized gold. It's its own finish, and it does look different. It is definitely most like a true polished brass over solid brass, but it's unique. It's not quite any of it. Could you mix and match this with other solid brass material? Well, you sure could. Would you put them side by side and be able to detect the difference? You can see that's a little shiny, a little metallic. It's quite handsome and proud, but it's not as warm as solid brass that's been polished. Diameter, about 2 5/8. Overall projection is about 1 inch. This is nothing other than the cover that's going to go over the protective metal shroud over the cylinder itself. This client has ordered this literally simply because, and I've seen his photographs, has a home on the east coast of Florida, exposure to the salt air and whatnot, several doors in the home, have deadbolts on the exterior, and these covers have pitted, corroded, tarnished. Simply wants them to start to look better. Well, that's great. I know that he replaced the thumb turns on the inside, and now he's replacing the outside cylinder guards. We've given you the dimensional properties. Let's switch to the screen view, and I'll just show you some additional supporting information we have. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Here's the item that we are looking at, and this is for the 980, which is a single cylinder deadbolt. I have some photographs here we can take a look at, close-up photos of the item. Cross-section, so to speak. Photographing polished brass is always difficult. Okay. Now, here's our item. There's really nothing to see here except the link to the manufacturer's page on our site. From here, you can pull up all of the Kwikset products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation. Also, a link to the manufacturer's website is seen here, as well as a link to the most current product catalog and prior versions of product catalogs as well. There is a Kwikset rekeying manual that's here. Should you ever need to work on Kwikset locks, you might want to at least have access to this document. There's nothing special necessarily about repinning Kwikset, except that you do need a pickle fork. It's literally called a pickle fork. It's referenced here, this tool that the line art is showing, and the pickle fork is used when you're rekeying knobs. It's literally called a pickle fork. I don't think they call it that in here. But anyway, if you use that term, someone will know. Cylinder removing tool, they call it. Yeah, if you call it that, a locksmith would certainly know what you mean. You will need a special tool to pop that knob out. That's to be sure. Anyway, the point being is it's nice to be able to take a look at what the manual says. It's an older document, but these locks have not changed. Well, that's not true. Not that Kwikset hasn't innovated, and they certainly most definitely have, but the fundamental principles pretty much stay the same. So this catalog, or this manual, is there for your review. Hope it is of use to you should you need it. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, so that's the bottom line. Just showing you what this typical piece of material looks like. It's very thin. I don't know what it's made of. I don't believe it's thoroughly non-magnetic, so I'm going to have to assume that it's probably brass. I'm not sure what else they would make this out of so that it had a lifetime finish. The name Kwikset is synonymous with lock sets, and admittedly so, residential locks. They do have a higher caliber lock that was called, or is called, their Titan lock. And it's my understanding that Kwikset is actually the largest in terms of volume producer of locks. I was told, or I had heard it said, that they ship 1 million locks a day, or some obscene quantity of locks, just some epic number of lock sets. Far larger than other manufacturers. And, you know, a lot of people might think of them as a low-quality lock, and I would say, well, their lock is definitely intended for a particular part of the market. But I'll tell you what's not low quality is their customer service. Every time I call there, the folks that answer know the product line. I've had to ask questions about, it was a question that was not published at all, about a privacy pin or a latch bolt, or some component to a lock, and the gal that I spoke to on the phone knew exactly what I needed, exactly what I was talking about, as if this person had spent time in the manufacturing plant assembling the material. Every time I've called, I've had that same experience. They are actually lock people at heart. When you look at that manual and you study their smart rekey system, I'm not sure who patented that idea, but if it's anyone at Kwikset, I wouldn't be surprised, because they really do know what they're talking about. Any questions on the 82216 and a US3 lifetime finish, or any other Kwikset product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.